So if you want toned abs, butt, and thighs, rather than doing things like hip extensions and crunches, you're going to be much better off doing things like squats. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 reasons you need to squat. But before I start, you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, I will be including timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to the section that you want. Now, onto the topic at hand. When it comes to exercise, one of the best all-around total body exercises you can do is the squat. So today, I'm going to be listing the top 10 reasons why you need to squat. The number one reason why you need to squat is that you squat every day. When it comes to different movement patterns, squat is considered one of the primal patterns. What that means is that it is one of the patterns that we utilize on a daily basis. And if we did not have the ability to squat, we would not be able to function without the assistance of another individual. I'm going to give you just some examples of how you squat on a daily basis. Every single time you go to sit down into a chair, you are doing a squat. When you have to stand up to get out of that chair, you are doing a squat. If you have to go to the washroom and you have to drop a deuce, you have to squat to be able to sit onto that toilet. And every single time you step into your car, you are essentially doing a pistol squat with a lateral shift. And because you squat so frequently on a daily basis, squats are going to be one of the best exercises that you can incorporate into your strength training program, as if you incorporate squats, then it is just going to improve the quality of your life because it is going to improve your efficiency and effectiveness of your movements throughout the day when you are squatting. Now, the number two reason why you need to squat is that squats will help you to tone your abs, butt, and thighs. When I was younger, a lot of people that used to come to me for fat loss, everybody wanted me to do crunches with them because they wanted toned abs. And the truth is that you cannot spot reduce. The best way to tone your abs is going to be in a calorie deficit. And the best way to be in a calorie deficit is one, through proper nutrition, and then two, picking the exercises that burn the most amount of calories. Now, when it comes to which exercises are going to be the most effective exercises are going to be compound movements. That is your multi-joint movements. And when it comes to compound exercises, squats are one of the best exercises when it comes to burning calories. When you do squats, you are pretty much activating every single muscle in your entire body. And because you're activating so many muscles, that means you're going to be burning many more calories. And because you're burning more calories, it's going to be easier for you to be in a caloric deficit, which means it's going to be easier for you to tone. So if you want toned abs, butt, and thighs, rather than doing things like hip extensions and crunches, you're going to be much better off doing things like squats. The number three reason why you need to squat is that squats are a low impact exercise. If you have issues with joint pain, then doing things like plyometrics, a lot of jumping exercises, or even things like running, those types of activities are going to place a tremendous amount of strain on your joints. Let's take running for an example. When you run, anywhere from 3 to 8 times the force of ground reaction forces are going to be traveling up your kinetic chain. That is 3 times to 8 times the amount of force traveling through your ankle, your knee, your hip, and it can wreak havoc on your joints if you have joint issues. So rather than doing things like jumping activities or running or sprinting, doing something like squats is going to be much better on your joints, as it is going to be very, very low impact, and it is going to strengthen all of the muscles surrounding your joints, which is going to help to strengthen your joints. The number four reason why you need to squat, this kind of ties into number three, and it is that squats are going to help strengthen your knees. One of the biggest concerns that people have when they come to me about squatting is that they have this false impression that if they squat, it is going to be detrimental to their knee health and that is going to damage their knees. And the truth is, if you squat properly, it is actually going to strengthen your knees. The problem is that most people don't know how to squat properly, or they were taught incorrectly because of outdated information. So if you squat incorrectly, then yes, it will have a negative effect on your knees. But if you have bad knees and you learn how to squat properly, then learning how to squat properly will actually help to strengthen your knees, because in order to strengthen your knees, you need to strengthen the muscles that surround your knees. That is going to be your quadriceps. When it comes to knee health, your vastus medialis, your rectus femoris, your vastus lateralis, and your vastus intermedius are your leg extensors, particularly your quadricep muscles. And when you do squats, you are strengthening all of your quadricep muscles. So by incorporating squats and doing them properly, it is going to strengthen all of the muscles that surround your knee. And by strengthening the muscles that surround your knee, it is going to improve your knee health. The number five reason why you need to squat is that squats are going to help to strengthen your hip. hips. This is another issue that people come to me with. They think that if they squat, it's going to damage their hips, especially with elderly people. Now, one of the things with regard to the elderly is as people get older, their risk of developing a hip fracture is going to increase. And as you get older, one of the ways to prevent that is by strengthening the muscles that surround your hips. And again, just as with the knees, if you learn how to squat properly and you do squats on a regular basis, that is going to improve the function and strengthen all the muscles around your hips. So if you do have issues with hips, then learn how to squat properly because it is going to be of tremendous benefit to you. The number 6 reason why you need to squat is that squats are going to help strengthen your low back. This is another concern that people have. A lot of people think that if they squat, they're going to throw their back out. And the truth is, if you throw your back out when you're doing squats, it's either 1, you were doing it incorrectly, or 2, your low back was not strong enough to handle the load that you were lifting. If you have a weak back, then what you want to do is incorporate squats into your program. But 1, you want to make sure that you're doing squats properly. And 2, you want to make sure that the load is light enough that you are able to handle that load. You don't want to try and push yourself beyond your limits because that is when you get injured. But if you do squats properly with the appropriate amount of load, then it can have a tremendous impact on your back health because it will help to strengthen your back. When it comes to squats, a few of the movements that are going to be involved are knee extension, hip extension, and also all of your lumbar vertebrae are going to be activated. So because those muscles are being engaged, it is going to help strengthen your knees, your hips, and your low back as long as you are performing them properly. The number 7 reason why you need to squat is that squats burn more calories than isolation exercise. We've already gone through this, but basically we have isolation exercises and compound exercises. Isolation exercises are exercises that only involve one joint in the body, whereas compound exercises involve the movement of 2 or more joints. So to give you an example of a compound exercise versus a isolation exercise, let's use an example of a knee extension versus a squat. If you were to do a knee extension, the only joint that is moving is your knee. So that is why it is an isolation exercise. Whereas when you are doing a squat, your ankles are involved, your knees are involved, your hips are involved, your lumbar vertebrae are involved. So you have many more muscles that are involved and many more body areas. And because you have more body areas that are involved, that means you are going to recruit more muscles, which means you're going to burn more calories. And because you're going to be burning more calories, that means it is going to make it much easier for you to lose fat because the more calories you burn, the more fat you are going to lose. Now, one of the things with regard to isolation versus compound exercises is aside from burning more calories, it's also going to be much more efficient. Let's take the example that I just listed. When you do squat, we know that your ankles are involved, your knees, your hips, your low back. If you wanted to use all of the same muscles doing isolation exercises, you would have to do calf raises to help strengthen your ankles. You would have to do knee extensions and hamstring extensions to help strengthen the anterior and posterior side of your knee. You would have to do hip flexion exercises and hip extension exercises to strengthen your glutes and your hip flexors. And then you would also have to do some type of extension exercise to help strengthen your low back. So rather than doing all of those different types of exercises, you can hit the same amount of muscles by doing just one set of squats. So instead of doing 6 to 7 different exercises, you can target all of those muscles just by doing one exercise of squats. The number 8 reason why you need to squat is that squats are going to help to raise your testosterone levels. When it comes to your hormones, testosterone is going to be one of the hormones that allows you to build muscle, and also it's going to be beneficial when it comes to burning fat. And one of the things that we know with regard to squats is when you do squat, it is going to increase your body's production of testosterone. So if your testosterone levels go up, what happens is it's going to make it much easier for you to build muscle, and it's going to make it much easier for you to burn fat as well. And the more muscle you have, the more calories your body is going to burn at rest, because muscle burns calories. For every 1 pound of muscle that you gain, that 1 pound is going to burn roughly 6 to 10 calories at rest. So if you put on a lot of muscle from doing things like squats, in the long run, it is going to make it much more effective and efficient at helping you to burn calories, because the more muscle you have, the more calories you are going to be able to burn. The number 9 reason why you should squat is that squats are going to help raise your growth hormone. As with testosterone, studies have shown that by incorporating high-intensity squats into your training program, this could actually boost your body's natural production of growth hormone. And when it comes to growth hormone is going to be one of the best anti-aging hormones that we have in our body. The more growth hormone that we produce, the better we're going to be able to feel, and also it's going to make it easier for us to build muscle. And as we already stated, the more muscle you have, the more calories your body is going to burn at rest. So by incorporating squats into your routine and doing high-intensity squats, your levels of growth hormone hormone is going to go up, and it's going to make it much easier for you to build muscle, and it's just going to make you feel a lot better. And finally, the number 10 reason why you need to squat is that squats are completely free. You need no equipment whatsoever. All you need is your own body, and you could do them absolutely anywhere. You want to go to the park? Go ahead, go to the park. All you need to do is just stand up and sit down and keep doing that over and over. You have no equipment available whatsoever? Well, do a pistol squat. There are many ways that you can do squats without any equipment whatsoever. And if you find that the squats that you are doing are not challenging enough, there are many ways in which you can progress the exercise to make it more difficult. You could start with kneeling squats. Once that becomes easy, start doing split squats. Once that's easy, start doing regular standing squats. Once that's easy, then you could get into pistol squats. The possibilities are endless. As long as you have a creative imagination and you know how to progress and regress exercises, then you can do squats using only your body weight and you can progress for the rest of your life. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Those are my top 10 reasons why you need to squat. If you're not currently doing squats, go ahead and incorporate them into your program, as they are going to be a tremendous benefit, but you want to make sure that you are doing them correctly if you want all of the benefits that I listed in this video. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.